Hey guys, it's Chris Wong. I'm filming this video as of September 1st, 2025, and I'd like to talk about using margin as part of my lifestyle years later when I hopefully achieve financial independence, retire early. So as a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy that's interested in building a portfolio. So when I first started investing, I built up my portfolio without using margin. And I did it by working hard at my job, saving my money, and investing on a regular basis. There were periods of times I did more of a lump sum base investing because my GICs matured and I decided to go all in into ETFs, or I had money saved up, I didn't know investing, and then gradually I went almost all in when the market went down in 2022 and when it was still kind of down in 2023 at times. So when I first started investing, the YouTuber that influenced me the most is Adrian from Passive Income Investing. And then I started watching other random YouTube channels based on similar funds. Or I started looking into other YouTubers like Unconventional Wealth Ideas. And Todd from Unconventional Wealth Ideas, he's big into using margin. And I wasn't sure why at first, but I kept watching his YouTube videos. And the more I looked into it, the more I was convinced that margin can play a role in my financial journey. So I decided to look into margin. I watched videos from We the Commutes when his YouTube channel was up at that time, and the more I watched, the more I became convinced that margin can play a role in my financial journey. And also, if I do hit financial independence, retire early later in life, then margin can still play a role. So these are based on my experiences using margin so far, and these are based on watching other YouTube videos and based on what I read or watch on buy, borrow, or die strategy. So what I learned from using margin when making my purchases, especially if I'm considering making a bigger purchase in the future, if let's say I have no income until like the next paycheck, or let's say the dividend payout is not for like another week. If I take out money from the margin account, especially from Wealthsimple, it was a lot faster. And I didn't have to sell any shares in order to make the purchase. Or if I wanted to take out margin in order to purchase additional shares with the additional buying power, then I could do that. Especially if I could take an opportunity to take advantage of ETFs that were undervalued. So let's say, for example, I wanted at least $1,500 to buy a new desktop. There are several options. If I was not using margin, I could just save up $1,500 from my work income, from my dividends, or I can actually sell some shares to get the $1,500, and then I can finally buy the desktop. Or I could work hard, work smart, and try to build my portfolio and use margin to take out $1,500 of cash right away. In Wealthsimple margin, it was instant. With Questrade margin, it would take several days to take out money out of margin. And that's assuming I don't want to use a credit card to make the purchase. So if I take out money on margin to buy the desktop, then I could still hold on to my shares, still collect the dividends. The dividends will pay back the margin. The dividends in my TFSA will still give me opportunities to buy more shares of other ETFs in order to build up my TFSA as well. I had this experience in the past. I needed to take out some cash in order to pay off the difference in my car because I want my car fully paid off. So in order to come up with the difference, I had to sell shares of HYLD and HDIF in order to come up with the money to pay it off. And at that time, no margin, so that means my portfolio went down for the time being. So then I couldn't take advantage of my portfolio growing. I remember when I sold shares of HYLD, I accumulated a lot of shares at around $11.50. That was my average. And then when I sold shares in order to pay off my car, I was selling it at around $12.20. So I still profited, but then if I look at HYLD today, it's like at least $14 a share. not promoting that margin is good or margin is bad. I'm just stating that in the future, I may consider staying in margin when I do hit financial independence, retire early, later in life. I'm not going to like stop using it just because I hit my financial goal. I think it still has a place, and I think there's still benefits of using margin. But I know margin can be dangerous, and margin can actually set you back or put you in debt if you're using incorrectly. If you're using too much margin relative to your equity. If you guys liked the video, if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Otherwise, please subscribe to my channel for future videos. Thank you guys for watching.